you got there?
Sausage and cheese. Sausage and cheese in the village. Darkim, bro. Oh, divine.
Pork sausage, right?
No.
Family don't eat pork either? Your family don't eat pork either?
I know my family eats pork.
King Sun Operations Ltd.
What?
Just looking at somebody commented. And it's King Sun Operations Ltd.
J. Cole. Stephen A. Smith is on a lot of fire right now, right?
What do you do now?
It's just like everybody's like talking about him right now.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. I'm from London. I just got your link. It's good to be in contact with you. Can't see you, but everything is good. But it's kind of late now. I'm gonna hit the bed, but I like what you do and much respect.
All right, brother.
All right, peace.
Peace.
You gonna put that on the plane, boy? It's in position.
You signed it?
What?
The plan. And the plan was on. You
I
have,
know, I said you have another plane, but I thought you said you had one.
nah, I gotta throw my shit.
Also, when you go on the ship, I think you got time.
I got you.
Please.
I thought you had one already.
Nah,
Because you got some, I remember the ones that we took some short ones over yesterday.
Well, maybe you want to grab one, grab one.
See, if one is this, it may be one, maybe the same size. I'll put it right on.
Here we got Justice Warren King. I got Sincere Don Bishop. Atif. Now we got a plan right now, but the dumpster we get it on Tuesday. But yeah, everything's on schedule. 7. And of course we have everyone's favorite random jeweler. More people kind of went through this crew. Maybe I gotta do each one like what. So our alerts can go out. Now the 7 Supreme. Before y'all came on, my brother came on from England. And he was on just real quick. He might still be on, but he's just in the background. More people. Yeah, we still haven't heard from Joe Shep and Joseph and Joseph. Y'all heard from? Who's King Sun Operations Ltd? The brother from England? Well, I didn't get a chance to ask him any questions. He just came on and said he recently, got in tune with the link and he liked what we do here on the show. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to ask him any questions. At the time I was still setting up all my technical stuff. BC Realm. King Sun Operations. You heard from Joseph Jackson? Big up J. Wood Damager. Knowledge Point. And then I was actually looking for a way to see if I could get in touch with King Sun. King Sun that made the records. Topic of today we just we out here catching the waves. Seeing what's going on. True self. Signs of true self. We got some new technology. We got back in action. True self. You missed it too. The wordsmith was here. I remember when the wordsmith first started, demonstrating his skill. And I remember asking him, how do you come up with these? He was like, yeah, I don't know, it's natural. And I can say definitely, wordsmith is not an act. This is not a test. You know, basically, man, and wait on better. Having our little rain days before it gets to the weekend. DC Ram says, peace to the veiled Knicks. The hate is real. It's healed up too. It's not 100%, but it's much better. I was able to get on the bar, do a little, and do a little, and do a little light work. So you saw the replay, you saw the wordsmith. See him live in action. The wordsmith and Mr. Spock was here.
Okay, found him. Thanks.
Gee, do me a favor. Is give me a fine understanding. Yeah. But look, I warned y'all before I let the wordsmith take over. I warned you. You know, but you know, see with the wordsmith, you know, with a few different people, you know, you got to understand the difference between high science and city science. He said, is there anybody you may have came up with or seen coming up that went on to become someone like an MC or politician or actor or comedian or union boss or real estate? I mean, someone like a big YouTuber such as myself. Ikari Zunimori. But you know, is that something that's clear to everyone? Because see, it's you know, mixing high science and city science is a very delicate. It's very, you know, everybody can't do it. You got to be qualified. guess everyone's clear on high science and city science. So we should only see, we should see high science and city science being dealt with in its proper form. Is that what that means? So everybody has that down pat. Not Illuminati. Hell gang. That's 17, right? West Coast Wives came in the building. When you said you touched down, West Coast, you touched down on Thursday, right? Y'all will be able to see soon. Yeah, it's light physical piece. What's how many? Thursday at 5. Yeah, I'll probably be wrapping up around that time. Thursday we'll be putting the final. Well, I'll be putting the final touches on what I got to do. Of course, Friday is a new day, but who else is coming out to the show? Yeah, tomorrow. If you say you land at 5, where you landing at? How many people is coming? All right, that's W. Now you coming to the movies? The young guy, they taking the babies to the movies on Saturday. You gotta be here at the school at 12 o'clock. Saturday at 12 o'clock. So yeah, that's a little thing on some numbers. She landed at JFK, and then you staying in Queens? Where's your room? You're right about that, but see, it's kind of late notice. If you let me know a little bit earlier, yeah, I could have spoke before, and you might could have sent a couple baby planes out to do a little transportation. But it's too late now. Short notice. Why is you? I mean, oh, you staying in Mecca? Yeah, you should be able to catch probably like the last hour and a half. Depending on the traffic, you should be able to catch the last hour and a half. But if you're gonna be here on Friday, of course, the meet and greet is at you right down the street from the school. So, but on Friday, the meet and greet, I guess you get out here. I mean, really, school's gonna open at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. So but I guess the food is gonna start getting cooked or whatever at 1 o'clock. I'm going to stay in Long Island on Friday. Yeah, you stay in Queens. If you're in Queens, it's gonna do we need volunteers to help get things done? I mean, in some ways, most likely. But you know what though was? We will be cooking. We got a couple of we came up on a couple of cooking utensils here. I don't know what you call it, but like the flat type of grill that you see in like a bodega or something, where it's like just a flat metal surface that heats up. We got one of those, and we got the other thing with the butane, so the flame comes up, where you can put like the wax on it. If you wanted to whip up a little special gourmet stuff for the 50th, that might not be a bad idea. Hakiri Zunamori says city signs is 24,896. High signs is 25,000. Yeah, the griddle. Yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, that's it. I think yeah, that's that. So yeah, we got that. I think this does that take the butane too? And then of course we got the yeah, I'm gonna but I mean I was gonna tackle with that, but you know, I was really gonna be on the grill. But you know, I was thinking that, but I think I got somebody to take over for me so I don't have to be on all day. But yeah, right now.
That's it.
I mean, really, yeah, we got some chicken. Yeah, I'm gonna be grilling chicken. We got some. I don't know if they, you know, some people said they was getting more. Look like I got a billion things in my mind. Fine. Yeah, you know, actually, that's why I couldn't really even come up with a topic for it because I've been, you know, as I move around, I see different things. You know, sometimes it makes me think of something. You know, sometimes I see a lesson in that thing. You know, but yeah, recently I've been so occupied doing what I'm doing that, yeah, you know, it's last couple of steps, so everything will go right. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, you know, I see uh, you know, just could you expand on that a little bit? The Kiru, what you said right there about city signs being 24,896 and high signs being 25,000. The wordsmith, nah, he didn't come by today. Uh, what's a little bit, you know, the wordsmith might not be here for the show crew. Hey, he's been out here for a minute, but oh, there you go, right there, wordsmith. Where you at, wordsmith? Wow, West Coast, that's crazy right there. West Coast Watch, I just saw a commercial that the governor of my state is giving out a $1 million lottery, or is it 1 million lottery tickets? $1 million lottery for people getting vaccine shots. Arabi. So now, yeah, the wordsmith say he's already back in Tennessee. He likes New York, so he will be back. I don't. Why did you top it like that, wordsmith? You didn't know about the show? Oh, you in the desert right now, getting ready to leave. So they give it. So if a person gets the vaccine, then their name gets entered into a lottery where they can win $1 million and or 250,000 in prizes a week. They're giving away 4-year scholarships to get the vaccines in New York State. I really haven't been paying attention to the news. So what's the phenomenon with that? Like, has it reached a sticking point or something? Meaning, like they've reached a point where like it's new people getting the vaccine installed out or something. While that's crazy because you said the governor, right, of your state. But still though, I would think that being that Seattle, well not Seattle, but Washington State, Seattle, it's like so liberal. Just in terms of the people, I would think they would kind of already be with the vaccine. So a lot of people are not getting the second shot. So I mean, again, it's just difficult, because like I said, to me, the inconsistencies have been obvious the whole time. That's what I said, first, you don't got to wear a mask, then, you should wear 2 masks. One time, it lives on surfaces, you got to wipe everything down. There's no Clorox in the whole city. And then, it doesn't live on surfaces for a couple seconds. So then now I find out that the source of the inconsistencies is not incompetence. It's not, just speaking errors. You see the emails and you see that this was on purpose. So, I'm still like, I don't know if I want to be getting involved with the vaccine. What's the booster shots, VC Rum? I haven't heard of the booster shots. West Coast, why I said what I've seen is really half and half. A lot of black people not getting it, and how the white not doing. Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize this, VC Realm. VC Realm said because some of the religious white people would think the shot is the mark of the beast. Didn't think I didn't, you know, but what's the booster shots? There's the booster shots keep you free of C-19 and the new virus. So is this like a third shot? Like what is the big? I haven't heard of it. And have they made any mention of, you know, what happens next year? Like, is this now a yearly, you know, is this a yearly phenomenon that's gonna have to occur? All right, so it looks like that's what VC Realm is saying, like the yearly flu shot. So the booster shots is you take the vaccine and then you got to take a booster shot every season. So there's a lot of things in the fine mist with that science, man. There's a lot of things in the fine mist with that science, man. Without, like I said from the beginning, you know, but like I said the other day, though, it appears that, you know, even some of the more, you know, conspiracies that might have seemed on the fringes at one time turn out to be absolutely true. Who knows what else we'll find out about that? He's around said I ain't taking none of it. So it is what it is. And then it's not because they're gonna keep putting this on the mothers of the children, the future, and the males and men and females and ladies. I mean, well, like I said, you know, the impact of it was so tremendous. You know what I'm saying? That you know, you know, and I guess it still depends on, you know, some of the investigation that's being done into what happened, and you know, how it got from the lab to the population and everything. But you know, when you know you have a tool or a weapon that's that effective, you know, most people are going to be inclined to keep using it. you know, the effect of it, look at the effect, you know, it changed our everyday life. And then at the end of it, you know, the everyday lives of everybody around the world, you know, not in one city or one country. Permanently, some things is permanently changed. And then at the end, they made everybody inject themselves with something they don't even know what it is. That's crazy effect. The original is the 120. That's close to my Democrats run the elections, but there's half the state that's conservative. Most just want the state to open up. They don't want the shot. People even saying this is big government in the way. I guess, you know, because liberals like big government. So maybe perhaps that's what like, is there a strong, like, you know, independent politics up there or libertarian or something like that? Now said, I'm scared of needles. I prefer the unvaccinated risk, considering having already contracted it, including strain variations. I'm Gucci. Yeah, I mean that's the thing about it too. It's you know, I was watching a thing and the guy from it wasn't the CDC, but it was like he worked for some organization with infectious diseases, and he was saying that you know, basically they kind of break these things, you know, into categories. You know, so you have one category that's not very contagious, right? But extremely deadly. You know, like this would be a category of certain diseases or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or something, you know, like HIV that you can't just get it from, you know, touching the same thing as somebody or something like that, or airborne particles or something. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and then you got things that's you know, very contagious, but not very deadly. So that's what, you know, this is highly contagious, but it's not really. The percentage of people that contract it versus the percentage of people that pass away from it. It's not a very high percentage of people who contract it and pass away from it. So, you know, it's you know, it is one of those things where, like, if you weigh the risk of injecting yourself with something that you don't know what it is versus the risk of something that you know is very contagious. You know, I'm not saying you can't catch it, but you're not in the high risk, you know, groups. It's really not that deadly. The Cuba says city science is dealing with social science. I related it to 24,896. It was saying wisdom. We dealing with Yakub made devil for the forgotten trick knowledge imposing us would keep us 24 unknown to true self. So I'm saying, well, let me let you finish. See, yeah, what VC realm, the long term is, who knows? West Coast why I said one thing you gotta realize is that they use the name liberal to share their dirty ways and actions. I mean, yeah, to me, that's you know, that's what the way I see it is, it's good cop, bad cop. See, if you're smart, you know that this is a game. You know what I'm saying? The what they call it, the carrot and the stick. You know what I'm saying? This is just a common psychological tactic that they're using, you know. But in reality, they work in a concept to create the same outcome for you. And so, in the end, I do think the liberals get away with even more dirt because they have the good guy Simon, the kind of playing naive, all of that. I think is a part of the act. Imperials at 24, the determined idea, 8, social equality that we keep apart from, 9, fearing the devil, being a big man, 6, being so called educated yet illiterate to the language that keeps us from 25, God. I mean, I see what you're saying. I take a less harsh approach to city signs, though. But I see what you're saying. Racial privilege plantations. Yeah, now the point that is something. The vaccine doesn't guarantee you won't get it, which is not a very convincing argument for pro-vaccine. Of course, they counter with you can still catch it, but with the vaccine, you can't die from it. So that's their answer. Determined said what's wrong with getting some flu, getting the flu in the immune system. I mean, you're supposed to get a little sick sometimes. There was Mr. 120 said, yeah, people say they never given up the mask because they didn't get sick. But getting a little sick is your body purifying itself. West Coast Wise said, they call it a progressive city. This is just a big tech Jim Crow. FDJ Beats, 7th Street Speaks. FDJ Beats, 7 California, using 6 minutes per month. Yeah, but that was a who's that did that? Yeah, Cure. I take a little bit from Power Hill. Just the gods of Power Hill and Earth. Instead, we said the same amount of people are known to catch the fruit on the red as had and beat the COVID. All right, we got L7 and La Illuminati. The L gang is out. Yeah, I mean, but it's just, I mean, now that I haven't watched a lot of the news recently, but I did see that the emails came out that confirmed, some things that, like I said, at least for me, I thought it was a little bit more on the French side of conspiracies, but yeah, so people was actually on to it. But I keep going back to that point because the Kiru is very you don't want to be dropping that 6 signs around Kiru. It's very it shows you very, very delicate. West Coast wise. West Coast wise, you saw that too, right? I saw that statistic that the regular flu is actually a higher percentage of people that contract the regular flu pass away in a regular year than people who contract the COVID. Now I'm not sure how that works out in the end with the actual number because so many more people contract COVID. You know what I'm saying? That the final number of people that it is could still be higher. Oh, this is Aquan. Aquan said vaccines have been dangerous well before the scandemic. Look, Aquan's, I tell people, I knew about vaccines. Let's face it, I knew about vaccines the first time the lady pulled that needle out. but since the 90s, none of my kids have immunization. I'm saying they've been through college. So yeah, I've been out with it. It's just not really anything new. You know what I'm saying? This is just I recall in 2009, it was mine. When people were on the bird flu vaccine, I didn't take it, and I saw afterwards nothing happened overall. Man, who knows? Man? Who knows, man? What else is out there in the news, man? What are the original people politicking in the news? Or is all just government, right? What's going on with Chauvin? When he supposed to get sentenced? Yeah, like Kwan said, man, he's got vaccines either. Yeah. Like it's like, this is a regular day. This is a regular day for me. Anybody heard anything about that? Oh, yeah, like Google. So it says here that Derek Chauvin, his lawyers asked for probation and time served and cited preliminary diagnosis of heart. What? See this? He trying politics, boy. The preliminary diagnosis of heart damage. It's from crystal meth ain't gonna get you up. Prosecutors is asking for 30 years. Apparently, the state of Minnesota don't want no more problems. The state of Minnesota don't want no more problems. So his sentencing is on June 25th. Well, we'll see. original Mr. 120 said I never had a flu shot. Yeah, I never had it. I don't know really. You know, I've never been a person, you know, to take a whole bunch of medicine. You know, even I'm gonna tell you something. To save my own life is certain. You know, I'm not gonna be doing something. If it's something you can do, you know what I'm saying, where, you know, basically, you know, if I'm injured, then I'll go over it. You know, because that's something you patch up that injury. You know, it might take a minute or something, but you know, you handle what you gotta handle and that's it. But like taking 1,050 pills, I'm not gonna be doing it. Yeah, 7:30 is stupid, man. Spike says someone I know never had allergies. As soon as he took a flu shot, he started getting bad allergies every year. I mean, yeah, that's, you know, look, I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know, and people can, you know, you can analyze it, you know, maybe. But look, in my family, people haven't had good luck in the hospital. It was just a certain point in my life where I just came to the conclusion that the hospital, that's where people go to die. Just like at a certain point in New York during the pandemic, you know, nobody wanted to go to the hospital. Like even people who had COVID was like, listen, you know, I don't want to go in the hospital. But if you light skin, it's cool. But I afraid some private plantations say you come out worse than you went in most of the times at the hospital. Yeah, so you know, in my family, what's been the case is you don't come out. He's just, you know, uh, I mean, it was, it might have been, I mean, there was one period of time, man, where, you know, I didn't go to the hospital. I can't recall who it was. It was somebody that eventually was in the hospital where I had to go. But yeah, I avoided the hospital for at least a decade. I stopped right out there.
Yeah.
But West Coast wise, so why is the devil keep us apart from the social policy? What was what prompted you that? What prompted that question? Khalid Basil. Did you make it to a, what you talking about? That night? No. But look, that's another thing where that's what happened to his foot. Is he had an infection, and then they gave him the total wrong diagnosis, which caused him to give him the total wrong medicine, and it deteriorated. Seventh Street Speak Easy said, I don't know anyone who ever left the hospital pure. The real bag is on the comeback. Fred said, exactly. Ain't no money in cures. They just manage whatever is wrong. Oh yeah, the liberal, conservative, progressive. Yeah, that's yeah. So even going back or looking at the full picture. Like I said, has it's been some scams to some degree. You know what I'm saying? At least especially with just as it pertains to I guess like European history, you know what I'm saying? You're always supposed to be having all these revolutions, you know what I'm saying? So that, now, we had this democratic revolution on here with the Revolutionary War, and, then you got the Communist Revolution in Russia and China and all these places, but it all still the same people that was rich for the most part managed to preserve their wealth through those systems. Now I'm saying that his foot well, I don't know. You ever seen a picture with him with a cane? That's why he had the cane. But yeah, in terms of the what the medical profession is up to, yeah. It's probably the in my opinion, right? The wing that kind of pulls them away from doing the right thing. The wing of the medical profession that pulls them away from doing the right thing is the pharmaceuticals. Because at the end of the day, that's what they sell. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of companies, like Apple, they selling downloads. and wires and stuff. So every year they come out with new wires. You know, yeah, they got the phones. They're making some bread off of that. And so, you know, the hospital is just kind of a place where, you know, they get their work off. Because that's all they really, you know, do over there. You know, medicine, you know, like I said, if you injured, they're good at hooking you up because of their history with war. They've been blowing each other up for thousands of years. So they, you can go in with your neck hanging by a piece of skin. If you're still alive, they can hook you up. Yeah, you ain't not as good as new, but if you're still alive, they can hook you up. Like if you got like high blood pressure, something like that, they can't help. In terms of stuff like that, they haven't advanced in 100 years. How many of the original subscribers still come around? I think most of the original, you know, because originally what we had, I think most of the original, so ain't a couple people that's missing. La B, haven't got a chance to see La B. You know, I'm pretty sure we'll see him at the show of food. But you know, he was getting a little rest and relaxation and healing up. So yeah, those is you know, some of the reasons that I've never trusted him. You know, speaking on the medical profession. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot about them is being exposed right now. My yeah, they don't you know, my children know that I'm on YouTube. Yeah, they know I'm on YouTube. My kids is you know, it's always something I observed, you know, about them in terms of I have one daughter that is she's comfortable in her skin. I got one son that grew into it. And then I got a daughter that before she wasn't, but now she's like I don't even know what the word is, but she's in terms of, you know, wait, is that the lobby right there? That's the lobby right there. That's the right there. You don't hear lobby in the background? oh snap, you're 793rd. That's uncanny. That's uncanny. How'd you do that, 793rd? You manifested them like drops of water and drops of ice. Well, I guess the answer to that 793rd is a lot of these okay. Oh man, that was a candy. Um, uh, two of my daughters and probably one of my sons would be, you know what I'm saying? But oh yeah, what I was saying is in terms of, you know, say like when I first got the knowledge, right? You know, I used to kind of do my best, right, to be an anonymous 5%. And to not really draw no attention. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially, you know, I'm talking about from the days, like I said, you know, when I got the knowledge, you came into the knowledge just on the house. You was on the house. Every cipher that you was in, the point was who the hell are you? And what could we, the Lords, do to funk like you? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in those days, you know, you want to be anonymous. You know what I'm saying? See now, you know, yeah, I mean, definitely it's a video for a video. So, you know, like when my kids come around, you know, and everybody like, oh, that's, you know, your pops right there, you know, blah, 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 the George Chuck, you know, my other kids was kind of like, yo, you know, they want to be, you know, just regular 5%, known for being regular 5%. My youngest daughter, you know, she like basks in the glow of it. Yeah. They're other daughter, she moved to well, she's in Wisconsin. I don't know what kind of move that is. Who moves from New York to Wisconsin? Apparently, she got a job in Wisconsin. I suppose it's in her in the profession that. Do I think this is helping take away from you being known as a real teacher? Nah, it's not. It's not. It's not. You know, that's one of the things. And I didn't even know it was like that. I mean, really, tell the truth. I didn't even know it was up. But that's just one of the things is you know. It's one of the things that, you know, in the history, you know, when the story is told, you know, will that's gonna be up there. You know what I'm saying? People say, yo, you know, Darkim, you talking about the guy that taught the classes? You know, it's gonna be some people that said, but you talking about the guys from the video? You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunately that's on my jacket. The one that's most like me. That's a rough one. They all got certain characteristics. And I don't know. You know, like I said, man, one day, you know, one day, everybody will see that really, you know, they is a it's 9 o'clock already. But you know, it's one of them things though too, where it don't really bother me because I mean, you know, I was kind of already, there's just a video of that. See, we've been making people showing food, man. Yeah, we've been doing that for decades. And if you ask me, listen, the nation got soft, right? That was one of the things that happened. Is people started, you know, people started being protected. From having to show and prove, from having to build. And there was a certain, you know, it was a certain group of brothers that was, you know, that was the, like, you know, stay away from those brothers. go around the, you know, they're gonna take you through the lessons and strip you all the way down. But every time, that's it. You should be losing cover, brothers. But that already was a thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, I guess it was, you know, that's the positive thing. I wasn't thinking that at the time. At the time, I was just thinking like, yo, man, I'm tired of, you know, I'm here in real life. And people keep coming and tell me about all the stuff that's going on in the internet, you know, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Cynetic Show, all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, like we're losing the battle because, you know, we're not engaging on that level where, you know, nobody is really understanding that the people that's speaking for us is not us. You know, and you know, when that was even, you know, when it even got consideration, you know, all of this plebiscite stuff and all of that, I was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna have to come on and put some perspective on this. And so, you know, we got the Random Jews channel. And so, you know, really on the Random Jews channel, you know, we should make December 2nd Foreign Mastermind Day. What do you gotta think about that? Because the Born Mastermind, think about it, Born Mastermind didn't do what he did on the second. Actually, I don't even recall, you know, exactly what day he did whatever it was. I don't even recall specifically what it was I was running. So I just knew that, you know, having people out there saying that, you know, this is what the 5% is doing, you know, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, am I going to get the memo? Is what's going is you know, how come this is going on with the 5% is nobody told me? Yeah. I want to say the part that stood out the most to me in the video was when someone said, get from in front of the school, and you said, we put on that. I mean, listen, Sam, by that time, it's already on. It ain't no, ain't no backseat. We right here. This is where it started. This is where I am. It was some one-liners. It was some one-liners in there. Oh man. Oh yeah, holy, holy, holy. Why is you like a friend? I think that's my part. Because see, that's with all that other stuff. I had no idea who he was, man. A lot of times I didn't even know he existed. I did not even know he existed. Yeah, we you know what I'm saying, we trying to get everything together, you know what I'm saying, I mean, right now we got the you know the new kind of HVAC units that they put on the wall. We got those up now. Got just painted. We got, y'all ain't seen yet. We actually got another computer screen in here. We got another camera. I haven't really messed with it to get it to work yet. But yeah, we got one now. And how y'all seeing that way? We're gonna have the other camera that's showing this way. Yeah, no, boy, I ain't like that. When I asked him, you know, what's the deal? You don't know. Then when I asked him, I don't talk now. You know, but yeah, that was the reason I came there, because the dude said, yo, we're gonna be up here. You know, every week, this is how we do it. And whoever don't like it, I got 100 Cherubs that come. Hey, wait, what? Oh. See, let me tell y'all something. If y'all would have saw that original video that they was made to take down, y'all would have seen, man, they got off. Listen, we let them off the hook. Yeah, the flood's actually been there for a minute, but you know, that's just, you can take such good care of the floors, and you know, you King is, you know, he do all the maintenance stuff around here like that. You know, you keep it so right that you don't know that. Yeah,
That was very good work. Tom.
that's been down here.
Oh, you saw that?
That's been down there for a minute.
We'll make copies of it and distribute it.
Oh,
Yeah, Quan, we got some.
We'll make copies and distribute it too.
We're about to try to get the yard. We trying to. I don't know what's the word for what we doing out there. Renovating the yard.
Restoration.
Yeah, we like doing some kind of restoration in the yard. Where we gonna have all new beds for the garden out there. Nah, I'm gonna tell you who's my line though. I'm gonna tell you who's my line. My line was young brother. What's my young brother? This nigga out here on the streets. Hey, yeah. At that moment, I realized that some people don't know what young is. If you say you're teaching the babies, yo, this cat's 25 years old. What was that? I mean, don't get me wrong. We take all comers. If that's the day a person show up, that's the day they show up. You can't swim the 9,000-mile fluid. You understand what I'm saying? It's you know, you can only get the knowledge, you know, when you present it with the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Before you're exposed to it, you don't have the opportunity. But just in terms of, like I said, the older you get, when you get into the knowledge, you already have responsibilities. You see what I'm saying? Your first duty is to become and remain civilized. Now, see, if a child, you know what I'm saying, children do that all the time. Go savage. I'm not talking about in the most, peace, in the most outstanding way, but I'm just saying that, kids grow up raised in a house, you understand what I'm saying, with certain rules, certain morals, certain principles, and you go outside and go against them. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you're a child, that's understandable. You see what I'm saying? When you're a child, the lessons that Allah taught about being responsible. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of it, he's teaching about the beginnings of being responsible. Go to school, get a trade, so that you can be responsible on the next level, you know what I'm saying, of being God of your universe and being able to support that universe and, mentally as well as physically. Now, if you don't go according to them when you're 13, when you're 14, when you're 15, when you're 17, when you're 18, when you're 19, see, you still have a chance to recover from that. See, you start getting into these older ages, you know what I mean, and you haven't become civilized or remain civilized, right? The stakes is higher. See, there's some things, I didn't have to, like for instance, if you come into the knowledge at a certain age, you might already have a child that you've already been teaching Christianity. You've already been introducing the Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. When for most people at least, you know what I'm saying, when you're 14, 15, you haven't, the things that you've done, you don't really have to take them back. I didn't, as soon as I got on the search for myself, I was like, yo, this is a wild goose chase. Peace. See, my parents, they got my family, my parents, all of them, they search for trillions of years. And then they try to introduce me to the search. So, professor, peace to the God, they try to introduce me to the search. But I didn't search no trillions of years. I can't recall exactly how long it was, but listen, by the time I was like 10 years old, I seen this is 10, 11, I seen this. I don't know what y'all talking about, do you? You see, you search, you get to a higher degree of life, you got all of these things that you already made, and now you got a home. So it's it doesn't mean that you should be exclusive. You know what I'm saying? But I will say that if you had the good fortune, you know what I'm saying, of getting the knowledge at a young age. You know what I'm saying? You know, you will see, because somebody was asking me earlier about people that I grew up with that became famous or whatever, you know what I'm saying? There's also the people that I grew up with that fell a victim to the 21 cycles of death, hell, and destruction. You know what I'm saying? Who didn't get the knowledge of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Or, like I said, when I see, other people, it's like, for the time I'm knowledge power, I'm already establishing everything in my life. It's like, I don't, when you coming from such a young age like that, you don't have to tell people, everybody you meet, that you don't eat swine, your name, you understand what I'm saying? Because it's already been being established. Everybody, when I met them, that was the deal. So the foundation was already laid. One point two K on the subscribers. Yeah, we haven't been coming on like we used to. So yeah, the subscribers is, I don't know, we still on pace. That's not our usual pace. We used to pick up more than that. West Coast wise, yeah, we got a lot of people already. Tragedy was building about him coming on. A couple of different people. But yeah, definitely we do that. Ralph Frazier from Property Plantation said the Lord comes in his own good time. But I wish I had came across the knowledge of the team. I literally just got it like a year ago and I understand the bill. First 6 months I have Muslim lessons a day. No. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing, but I tell you this much. I think I told this story on here before, it's one day, one day we was in school, peace, and this brother comes in and he says, he got the knowledge for whatever amount of time. However it came up, he was talking about how long he had the knowledge. So then some other brothers were saying how long they had the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I had my weight up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I said how long I had the knowledge, and everybody was like, "Oh, yeah, that's not a woman." And then it was a brother. He said something like, I had the knowledge like a month and a half. And when everybody was saying how long they had the knowledge, right? Firstborn Prince is sitting right there. But he don't say that. He just, So when the brother said, yo, I had the knowledge like a month and a half, Prince goes, I heard that. It don't matter when you got it. All that matters is that you got it. And he walked away. So at the end of the day, whenever you got it, you got to make it work. Wherever you got it, you got to make it work. You know what I'm saying? You know, those are the tools that you're going to use to build your method. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it happens to the young too. Yeah, remember, just like with everything else, man, all the young ain't traveling at the same speed. So this young that hear this, and they don't catch on. I see people, it was a brother that was coming to the class right before the pandemic and everything. And I actually knew him. He used to be on the Ave, you know what I'm saying? But he was, I'm not sure if he was NOI or Sunni, but you know what I'm saying, he was a Muslim. Then one day he showed up at the class. Saying, yeah, I see the light. Like back then when he was talking, I couldn't see it 100% clearly. Remember, sound travel. So see, it's got to travel to that person for them to hear it, you know, on a physical level and on a mental level. You know what I mean? Just like a person can be right there, but their mind is, you know, they distant. Sound has to travel to them. Oh, professor said I received the mathematics when I was visually understanding. I'm now, according to the typical calendar, power or refining wisdom. I mean, now, this is an interesting thing right here, right? Because, you know, just if you look at the arithmetic, right? Uh, you know, it's my personal term for it, right, is 50-50. Meaning, you know, when you get to the point where you had the knowledge for the same amount of time that you was at 85. And then when you cross over that, you know what I'm saying? Now, of course, the younger you are, right, the quicker you cross over. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know, like, you know, that's the thing. Like, yo, person, you come around, you say you almighty God, but last week you still was eating hand. But then you get to a point where it's like, you know, you don't even recall like what you know, when you used to eat pig, what you used to order. I don't even recall none of that stuff no more. Because see, I've had the knowledge over twice as long as I was at 85. You know what I'm saying? Now, Gold Professor, right? He got the knowledge, that wisdom, understanding, but now at Power Wisdom, he's crossed that point where this is this is what he spent most of his life doing. This is the major influence now. You know what I'm saying? Like, as you get to that point, certain things like, like you had the knowledge 2 weeks. The only people calling you Darkim is the 5%. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's calling you that. Your mom, she didn't recognize his name. People calling her, who? Who you looking for? Nobody named that nigga. All of the activities of your life, all of the accomplishments of your life. You understand what I'm saying? When you start getting to that point, it's being done in the name of love. You understand what I'm saying? So, in terms of, being able to burn this culture into your mind, you know what I'm saying, and have it become, your natural order of doing things. You know what I'm saying? Remember, you was trained. We was trained, all of us. Trained to get up at a certain time, trained to only take a certain amount of time to get dressed so you can get to the plantation. Train how to act on the plantation. And, that's one of the things that we had to shake off when we get to the officer. And see, it's just easier for babies because they've had less training. All of it hasn't kicked in yet. So I think the firstborn were under a lot of stress being the foundation of this nation, even though everyone is responsible for self. No. You know, they were very enthusiastic. You know what I'm saying? And China, I don't think it was at least nothing that was ever told of me, ever led me to see it that way. You know what I'm saying? I think they just kind of, understood their duty as it was told to them by God. Edward Green. Fred said, my pops seen me reading the lessons one time, so I showed him. And he was like, yo, that's racist, I ain't with it. And he grew up in the NOI because my grandmother was in it at one time. That's so did he already had he ever seen the lessons before? Like, did he recognize him as a son from the NOI? Well, I say he got until 49 to cross that line because he got it at 24. Justice said, I see it as the more time you have in the culture, the more pins are removed from your head. You have enough years, months, and days that you have immersed yourself in the culture. The rest is irrelevant. You went through trials and tribulations and having the knowledge, and that's not you, but it is you. Yeah, I mean, well, see, you know, those trials and tribulations is kind of necessary. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have to, you know, you have to partake in the activities in the knowledge degree in the 1 to 10. You understand what I'm saying? You know, if nothing else, you know, overcoming the challenges of being the maker, you know, overcoming the challenges of being the owner. You know, all of these is things that you have to do to show and prove that you got in the universe. That's not to say that, you know, a person's understanding and all that is not supreme. You know what I'm saying? But it's, you know, when you actually going through with the action, right, of rising above the 21 cycles of death, hell, and destruction, that you can actually say you got 100%. And not just that you theorize that you got it. So if you just read it off the paper, you just theorize that you got it. So even a lot of, you know, that's why, like I was saying yesterday, you know, you read stuff off the paper and you want to go repeat it. You know, that's different from actually walking and talking, you know, with that person, knowing that person. You know, going through ciphers with them, whether positive or negative. And which means that babies are more open-minded, less tampered with for the most part. You know, guaranteed. You know, they haven't had as much training. You know, the training hasn't, you know, been as burned into them. So professor said, when you receive the mathematics, build the self that speaks your true and living energies. Just as for example, I got in high school. So when you say black man's God in that time period, people were against you. The whole conscious movement wasn't like this now. You was catching hell. Yeah, you know, uh, it's you know, it's you know, when we around self, you know, when we with our likes, That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, one of the very first obstacles I had to overcome was my family. You know, proving to them that I was God, and getting them to respect me as that. When I first got the knowledge and I told them I eat no pork, that's all. They just made pork for like a month straight. But then they seen they couldn't break me down. So they cut that. They went through different things, trying to get me to always come to these religious holiday things. So, if you just a follower, you know what I'm saying? In those times, even the school, we used to get reported as 5%. They found you was 5%. They went down to the dean's office and put on your card to choose a known 5%. So if you was just a follower, you know what I'm saying, and because I seen it happen, where as soon as you get away from your likes, then you fall right up. So I was saying, can that lack of active teaching also inadvertently be a form of education? Like if I show you what to do by default, I'm showing you what not to do, and vice versa. Yeah, that's what shows and proves, right? What you did right there, it shows and proves, right? That one only learns what one teaches self. And see, like I said, man, we give people the knowledge, but really we just bring it out of them. See, whoever's elevating on this channel is because something is coming out of you that's just, it might be being stimulated by something, what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, you're going to have examples of that, what to do and what not to do, even in, psychological, educational terms. I'm not exactly sure which, but, how you got positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. So, you might see, a person who, a bum, not a person that's homeless, a bum. You know what I'm saying? And you see, the trials and tribulations, that they going through, the survival, you know what I'm saying? And, just to have food, clothing, and shelter. And just the idea that, now I don't want to be like that. You see, you still got to be observant. You got to be looking, listening, observing. You understand what I'm saying? So, that's the shows and proves that one of you learns. See, because it's the same thing. You can tell me whatever you tell me, and I can choose, especially me, I have that power. You tell me something, I let it go right out that head. I do it all the time. And then at the same time, you cannot say nothing to me. I just watch you, and you know what I'm saying? I could learn from it. A God education, peace of God. Would you say the educator is just bringing out that which is innate? Innate is a little bit of a funny word. I wouldn't particularly use the word innate. You know, now what you're saying is a little more related to supreme mathematics, though, in general, I would say. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, the person who's doing the teaching is introducing you to supreme mathematics, but see, the way at least I look at innate, right, is a little bit more, you know, what you're going to do with the knowledge. They see this knowledge can stimulate, you know, life. You know, it can do, you see, it can't make you positive or negative. See, that's what's innate in you. See, supreme mathematics is just going to magnify whatever it is that's in you. So, you know, as we look back, right, we will see that just like we say, look, you got to be a man before you can be God. You got to be able to be a good 85. If you wasn't a righteous 85, you probably going to be a righteous 5%. You understand what I'm saying? See, the mathematics is just going to bring that out of you more. It's going to increase your power to manifest whatever the potential was already in you. See, the educator is a person who has the power to use those tools of education to stimulate you. Somebody that can, you know, bypass, you know, your attention span and all the other things that cause people not to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like when you went to school, you had some teachers that just somehow they just made the stuff like, I seen that with different people. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, this year they get terrible grades. Then the next year they get great grades. You say, man, what happened? He said, I don't know. This teacher, I understand what they're saying. I didn't understand what the last teacher was saying. So styles, and, you know, that's what I would say is really innate to the person is a little bit more, you know, that's kind of personal to the person. It's not a universal science. You know, what we bringing out when we saying the black man is God, that's our universal potential, as opposed to what's innate to you. That's who you are. Why, son? And we agree, so people would tend to only acknowledge what they know. If someone sees you doing something one way, they may think that's the only way. They can realize later on, though, that the question makes perfect sense because sometimes we learn something, but in the moment, we don't even know it. I think maybe most learning occurs like that. I said I was building with a dude yesterday, and he said the nature of man is wicked. He used the terrible tools of young seeds, as example, said man naturally does wrong until taught right. How you see that? Nah, that's this is totally wrong. Uh, you know, and you know what he's. I mean, how do people say? You know, when I watch the different shows and everything, and they say, you know, there's a lot to unpack to this. I'm not exactly sure what that phrase means, but I think this is where you use it. There's a lot to unpack it. You know, using the terrible tools, you know, I mean, uh, I just don't. It's hard. What I'm trying to do, right, is see where he's making the connection between a 2-year-old and wickedness. You know, 2-year-olds. Uh, you know, this is when uh, the first sparks of independence start to come. See, you know, before that, you know, if you put them right there, they right there. You see, by 2, they can run. Like I seen women that can't run fast. They 2-year-old cutting up in the street, they can't catch you. You know, they can talk now, tell you I don't like that. I don't want that. What's that? I don't want that. So, when some of these things, what I'm saying, what is the correlation between this kind of stuff and wickedness? Now, there is education involved in terms of at 2 years old, right? You know, you've been conditioned for people to respond to you having a fit. And you've been conditioned that listen, you know, if you're hungry, have a fit, you'll get some food. Need your diaper change, have a fit. Want to lay down, have a fit. Want to get out of the crib, have a fit. You know, it would appear that he's leaving out the great number of cute things that 2-year-olds do. You know, it's you know, your friend is a little bit. Yeah, your friend does he take medication? They got education said emphatically wrong. Man is born righteous and he is taught or learns wrong behavior by man. Just to say his perspective is off. When you say the nature of man, he's referring to the history of mankind or the stages of an individual. I don't agree with him. West Coast said we have a lot of knowledges and wiseness and cipher. I mean, that's the first two. You know, when Allah said, take a name from the mathematics and the alphabet. Yeah, that's gonna be early. Gold Professor said, what is innate is your connection to the universe. The math speaks to our true and living existence. The math is neither correct or incorrect. The law is always correct. I caught said awkward. Yeah, that was quite a question. Like, wait a minute, what? Like, if somebody was right here, right now, and they said that, hey, look, that's like a Rick James moment, right? Like, wait a minute, God, what? Terrible twos mean people is wicked. Whoa. West Coast why I said terrible twos is just the child using their wisdom to figure things out. It's all mathematics. Self I build. Yeah, you know, I thought of that too, right? Justice said before you get to two, you got to start with one, so that will automatically be off. He would have to start with them coming out the womb. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to go back to day one. Like I said, this is how did you say that the foundation? Like even if you was going to use that, you would have to use motherfuckers that had to come out and cut somebody with a razor or something. You had to, you got to like slash the doctor in the face, man. You see? Yeah, probably, man. You got to make sure you take the medication. The guy education said he's speaking about the so-called terrible twos, which is wisdom. So when the parents are wicked, the child will manifest that same wickedness through his wisdom or twos. I heard that. If your child is wicked at 2, yeah, the guy had something very, 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 a very sharp point right there. If your child is wicked by 2, something's going on in your house. And that's true. You see that a lot. When you see a 3, 4, 5-year-old doing certain things, where you like, yeah, well, they're not picking that up at preschool. This is something that their parents is teaching. That's a very, very sharp point right there. You got it. So Professor said, isn't wisdom an application of knowledge? If so, the 2-year-old is striving to apply wisdom to what he is learning, but still hasn't gained understanding. Adults move this way as well. What's this you said? BC Rome said there's a documentary about food pertaining to America's Aboriginal people, High on the Hog. I gotta check. It's a series. What is it on? Like one of these Netflix or something? Is it? Like you can see it on YouTube. Where is that? Edward Green makes a good point. Wickedness speaks to morality or lack thereof. A 2-year-old hasn't developed a sense of morality yet. Yeah, indeed. Yeah. But maybe we don't know his kids. You know, we don't, you know, maybe I'm having some type of confirmation bias based on my kids or something. Maybe his kids like Chucky or something. So it's on Netflix, High on the Hog. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, we had reached the 10 o'clock mark here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wind this one down. Of course, got still some little bit of work to do. We'll be out here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that wants to come through and help us. He said it's a little bit longer name, Agar, but he said High on the Hog. But we're gonna try to make it back on before the show and prove, of course. Yeah, that's what it says, High on the Hog. Debuts. So debuted on May 26th is a celebration of African foodways and Black America's resilience. So what is it about like how like certain African dishes is like in America, like some of the ingredients is substituted for ingredients that exist over here, but the dishes is like the recipes is the same. That's what it's like about. How African Americans cuisine changed the Americans. All right. Sounds interesting. Check that out. I got it. What's the name? I got the questions. I haven't been checking it because I've been, but I'm gonna go back to a lot of times the questions. Just put them in the comments for the videos. $49 Wu-Tang. But yeah, we're gonna take this one down. Everybody that made it this far, of course, do each one, teach one, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can know when we're going live. Of course, some of y'all I'll be seeing this weekend, either way, if we get back on or not. Everyone else, of course, we will be seeing each other in the mind. But we definitely gonna have to. I'm gonna have to get back on this week because, like I said, Monday and Tuesday, I won't be on live. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna say peace to the guys, peace to the earths, peace to all our people that's in the background that just listen, and we shall meet again. Peace.